Crystal, viewers only see the 2 to 3 minute reports you put together during your coverage on the war in Ukraine, but obviously there's a lot more surrounding that experience. Before even landing in Ukraine, what work has to take place to get you there safely?
It's a lot of research. It's a lot of chatting with people and making sure that you know the situation on the ground and you're sort of staying on top of everything, because you can do as much preemptive work as you want to, but it can change by the minute. So it's just continuously staying on top of as much information as possible and then trying to sort through what's the good information and what's not.
It's generally you and a camera operator on the ground, but I know it's a much bigger team that deals with all the logistics surrounding your trip to Ukraine. Who is involved in coordinating each of your journeys?
Braden is my camera guy and my editor. He is with me all the time, and we do all of our stories together. But there's also our Ukrainian fixer, Anna. You'll also see her often in my stories as well, because she's such an integral part of our journalism. It's the executive team that is putting us there and making sure that we have what we need and that we have all of the other little pieces in place, that we have security, that's, we have the kit that we need. We have our network resources guy, Mark Blanchard, who is integral in every foreign assignment. There's a lot of moving parts and everyone sort of needs to be walking in the same direction at the same time over multiple time zones and multiple stories.
You mentioned your fixer, Anna, and the work that she provides in terms of translation, but what else does a fixer do, and how did you link up with her?
I found Anna on one of my original trips to Ukraine, even before the full invasion. So a fixer is your local eyes and ears. They do everything from, help you with the language, to make sure you understand the cultural implications, to, introducing you to people, to helping you, get settled in your room, to deal with different people in the community. So literally, they are your shadow. They're your avatar, they are you. So you also really need to make sure that you're linked up journalistically and that they understand your expectations and your standards so that everybody can work together.
You're speaking very matter-of-factly of all the challenges that you face just in terms of getting your journalism out to the world. How do you put the inherent danger of reporting in a war zone out of your mind to do your job effectively?
You can't, and you shouldn't. That's my personal view. I have to have a healthy respect and understanding of the situation. I know I'm going to a conflict zone. I know it's dangerous. You have to kind of, wrestle with that with yourself and your family and make sure that they know that you're going and they're comfortable with it too. When I was back in Afghanistan reporting, there were so many great journalists that I got to spend time with. And one of the things that they always said, and he's not with us anymore, his name is Matthew Fisher. He looked at me and said, "You've got to remember your gut. And if something ever doesn't feel right, don't do it, because your body will tell you." And I've always believed that.
What is it like emotionally spending a week covering the war in Ukraine, then coming back to relatively normal life in the UK?
There's this moment where you're in Ukraine and you kind of know, okay, at any point in time, something can happen and you're aware of all of that. But then in a flash, you're in Poland and you're safe. And it's literally just, walking across a border or the train crossing over, and then suddenly poof, that fear, that pressure just goes away, and it really messes with your mind. And it takes a little time to sort of get back into that like normal mentality of, it's okay to hear a plane fly by. There's nothing else that's going to happen.
Crystal, thank you very much for your time today. You've done some fantastic work. I know you have another deployment coming up in the next few weeks. Thanks again and stay safe.
Thanks so much, Mike.